Hey everybody, it's Tammy from Wisconsin. And yesterday, I was at a family funeral. My Aunt Avery passed away. She was one of my mom's sisters. And a lot of family was there. So it got me thinking about what family really means and what family really means to me. This will be a tough video, so you're going to have to be patient with me tonight because there's a lot of emotions when you go to a family funeral. A lot of the family was there. Like I said, my mom, it was her sister. She had three brothers and two sisters, and her three brothers had already passed away. And this was her first sister to pass away. Now, each of them had at least five kids. So I had almost 50 cousins on that side of the family. So it was a big family, and they were close. And so when we were growing up, as cousins, we were close too. We would see each other. If they weren't at our house on a Sunday afternoon, we were going to their house. It was just the way it was. So we pretty much grew up together. They felt like, some of my cousins felt like as close to me as my brothers and sister. So when you get together then like that at a funeral, a lot of memories start coming out. The goofy stuff you got into when you were a kid, the trouble you got into when you were a kid. One of my cousins that was there yesterday was my age, my Aunt Avery's son. She had 13 kids. She had 10 of her own, and she had two foster children that she adopted. And the 11th one actually passed away when he was an infant. So actually 11th. But anyways, Darwin's my age, and he moved out to Denver years ago. So I don't get to see him that often, yet we grew up together. So you miss people like that. So when I saw him yesterday, he gave me such a big hug, I thought I was going to crack a rib. And, of course, then we started talking about all the trouble we got into. And that's, I guess, what family really means to me is most of my memories, and think about it, most of your memories aren't family always in them. I mean, some of the precious memories I have from growing up were goofing off with my cousins. So there's a lot of memories that come up at a funeral like that. So, it's real important. Plus, with my folks in town, they brought my sister along and my brother Jody, who also lives in South Carolina now, was there. So it was nice to see him. And even though it's a funeral, there's a lot of it's kind of celebration being able to see each other and a lot of hugs and stuff like that. So, family is really important to us. And that's pretty much why we got into business, and especially our own business. A lot of people think, well, of course you're doing it for the money. And a lot of people start, and probably we were there too. You think it's about the money, but it's really not. Money's a piece of paper. What is that? What it is about is what that money can do for you. Because with all the family that was there, probably between 75 and 100 people yesterday, there was still a lot of family that wasn't there. And I have to believe that the reason why they weren't there is because they just didn't have the money to be there. They didn't have either the money to buy gas to get there, they didn't have money to buy a plane ticket, for whatever reason, their car's not working. A lot of people weren't there because they just couldn't afford it, which, that's what this business means to us, is being able to afford things that we can do, the freedom. The money's going to give us the freedom to spend with family. When my folks, with them getting older and them leaving yesterday, it gets harder and harder to say goodbye to them because they are getting older. And what if? What if? And we can't spend the time we want with them right now, and Leanne's dad, because we're both working. So that's a big motivator. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are, you're at work when you want to be spending time with family. Maybe you've missed a funeral because you weren't able to afford it. So that's why this business is real important to us. The other reason, well, the other thing I was thinking about too is like 2 years ago, our son got married in the end of July. And he got married in California. Of course, we're from Wisconsin. And most of his friends still live in Wisconsin. A lot of them couldn't make it to the wedding because they didn't have the money. They didn't have the money for a plane ticket. They didn't have the money. They couldn't take off work for whatever reason. So they missed one of their good friends, and Griff missed having his friends there, again, because of money. And right again, it's not about the money though. It's about what the money could have done for these people. If they had money in their pocket, they could have went to their friend's wedding and enjoyed time with their friend. That's what it comes down to. And I'm sure a lot of you have been in the same situation too, where you just couldn't plan a trip because you didn't have the money. That's what we're here for, and that's our motivation. That's our big motivation, is our family, because they're that important to us, especially being with them yesterday and not having the time to spend. You know, when we were leaving yesterday, nobody wanted to say goodbye, but everybody had to leave. They had to go back to their lives because everybody had to get up and go to work this morning. So we're sharing this with our family too. So we have the freedom and they have the freedom to spend time with us. So what you need to do is I put a link to our business down below. It's just an informational link. But you need to click on it. You'll get more information. If you're looking for freedom, you're not looking for money. You're looking for a way to give you freedom to spend time with your family, because that's what family means to you. Family is that important to you, like family's that important to us. Then click on that link and we will help you get that freedom so you can spend the time with your family like we spend time with our family. So that's what it is today. You all guys have a good evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.